Can general LLMs replace ServiceNow? While general large language models, LLMs, like GPT-5 or Claude 4, have ingested the world's programming documentation, they lack insight into the internal logic of specific enterprises. Private data is the biggest weakness of general LLMs and the greatest competitive advantage for ServiceNow: non-public knowledge. New startups can scrape the internet, but they cannot access 10 years of internal IT troubleshooting logs, approval flow histories, or employee permission change logics within a Fortune 500 company. Causal chains. ServiceNow stores processes, not just results. It knows that when a server went down, exactly which person used which script and which departments provided approval to fix it. This full-link causal data is the most practical input source for training action-oriented AI. Is ServiceNow lagging in the AI agent race? ServiceNow's strategy is brilliant. If agents are the future of interaction, then let all agents thrive on its platform. ServiceNow is riding the crest of this technological wave. The Agent Commander. The newly launched AI Agent Studio allows enterprises to orchestrate multiple agents. For instance, an IT agent identifies a hardware failure, which automatically triggers a procurement agent to place an order, followed by an HR agent updating the employee's equipment profile. Companies can now hire AI agents just as they do employees. These agents don't just talk, they have execution rights. An onboarding agent, for example, can autonomously navigate across 10 different software systems, for example, SAP, Outlook, Slack, to provision access without human intervention. Institutionalizing agents. It transforms AI actions into manageable tickets. To the user, it feels like chatting with an agent. In the back end, ServiceNow converts it into a structured process, ensuring every step meets enterprise compliance. As the number of internal AI agents surges, ServiceNow has deployed a command center where CIOs can monitor in real time what these AIs are doing, whether they are violating protocols, and how much ROI they are generating. Business model evolution, from buy-in to value add. Rather than forcing all users to upgrade, ServiceNow has adopted a multi-layered deployment scheme, Pro Plus and Enterprise Plus subscriptions, packaging AI features into higher-tier suites, directly driving up average revenue per user, ARPU. Assist packs, consumption-based. A new model introduced in 2026 that allows customers to pay based on the number of tasks completed by AI. This addresses the potential revenue shrinkage that traditional seat-based licensing might face in the AI era. The challenges: data silos and cost. Despite its data advantages, ServiceNow is not without risks. Data islanding. If new AI companies can bypass system integration via lightweight plugins, agents, to fetch data directly from low-level logs, they could circumvent ServiceNow's barriers. Cost pressure. If a startup can achieve 80% automation at 10% of the price, large enterprises may begin to waver. Growth in the post-LLM era. 3 years after the rise of LLMs, has ServiceNow's growth vanished? Growth velocity. 2026 subscription revenue growth is still projected to stay above 20%. The cash flow king. Free cash flow, FCF margins, are expected to rise to 36%. This means for every $100 in sales, they net $36 in cash, an extremely high-quality growth profile. High retention, a 98% renewal rate, remains their most solid foundation. The elephant in the room, valuation. The decade-long era of persistent high valuations in the software industry is over. Even exceptional companies must return to normal valuations. It's not that ServiceNow isn't excellent, it's that past software valuations were disproportionately high. Facing threats from startups and AI disruption, the software sector can no longer sustain the 50 times or 100 times PE multiples that were once the norm. A normal valuation might look like Tier 1 leaders, for example ServiceNow, Microsoft, returning to 25 to 35 times forward PE, similar to mature tech stocks in the early 2000s. Tier 2 and 3 companies, potentially dropping to 15 times to 20 times, comparable to traditional service industries. In my view, Successful investing requires an excellent company at a reasonable price. The market inevitably beats down great companies to, or below, reasonable prices every so often. I am waiting to see just how low this wave can take ServiceNow.